Hi, I'm Gail and welcome back to Gail's Low Carb Recipe Ideas. Today we're going to take my Lupin bread and we're going to cut the recipe basically in half and we are going to make pizza crust. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. So I've got a separate bowl here and we're going to add in all the dry ingredients. First thing I have is Vital Wheat gluten. I have approximately 3/4 of a cup or 96 grams of Vital Wheat gluten. Now I actually bought mine from the bulk barn and it's working quite well for me and I'm very happy with it. So the next thing we're going to add in, I just added in my Lupin Flour and it's approximately 1/2 cup, 42 grams or about 7 tablespoons. And the Lupin Flour that I use is this one here. Now we're going to add in our oat fiber. And we want 3 tablespoons, and it's just under 1/3 of a cup. Two tablespoons of erythritol. I use a combination. I powder mine, erythritol monk fruit. I quite like that combination. So you can use whatever sweetener you'd like. And then 3/4 teaspoons of Himalayan salt or sea salt, your choice. Then we're going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of Xanthan Gum. And this is the Xanthan Gum I use. Now I've had this forever. It's expensive, but you don't need a lot, that's for sure. So let's just mix this all up. And I'm going to split my dough in half. So we're going to do 2 pizza crusts because I find the calorie count and the carbs are a little bit higher on the one. So I'm just going to make a very thin crust for both of my pizzas. So I'm going to set that aside and we'll continue with our wet ingredients. So in my big bowl here, I'm going to add in warm water. And it's almost 1/2 cup, which is approximately 100 grams. Now I'm measuring with my scale and I did use 100 grams. But when I put it in the 1/2 cup, a measuring cup, it was just under. So everybody's is different. So that's tap water and it's warm. Now we're going to add in 1/2 tablespoon of instant or quick rise yeast. I use SAF yeast, so we're going to throw that in there. So that was 1/2 tablespoon, and we're going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of honey. And I guess on that when I do it. I got to get it down so I can get it to. There we go. Okay. And this is the honey that I'm using. It's starting to get real crystally on me. I'm going to have to heat it up with water. Get it softened up again. And then we're going to add in, we're just going to mix this. So I'm just going to put the paddle down, and we're just going to mix this up. So I'm going to add in my butter. It's soft butter. And I have 1 tablespoon, which is about 15 grams of butter. Get something here to... So I'm just going to turn it back on and we'll try and get this mixed up somewhat. You can see the butter's still kind of chunky, but it'll all work out in the long run. Now I have 1 room temperature egg. To me it's still cold, but we just don't want to curdle the butter up too much. So it's slightly beaten and we're going to put in this egg and we're going to mix it all up and then we'll get ready for our dry ingredients. Okay, now what we're going to do is remove the flat beater, and I'm going to put in my hook. And now I'm going to add my dry ingredients. So we're just going to dump it in. There we go. So let's put it down and let's mix it up. Now, I'm just going to stop it for a minute because I want to take my spatula and I just want to go along the edges one time here. And then I'm just going to let this paddle do its job. And it's about 7 to 8 minutes to make it, to knead it nicely. There we go. I've let it knead for about 7 minutes. Now we're going to get ready to have it rise. So I just put saran wrap right over this bowl. I'm going to put it in my microwave, and I boiled water, and I have 4 cups of water, measuring cup, and I'm going to put it in the microwave as well. Now I like using my microwave because it's a small compartment, so you can see I've got the bread, the dough in the back, and then I've got my boiling water in 4 cups in the front. Close the lid, close my lid, and I'm just going to let it sit there for about 40 minutes, and hopefully it'll rise a little bit. So I've taken out the dough and I divided it in half, so I got about 168 grams for this one and 168 grams for that one, so I got that perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to roll it out and get our pizza crust ready. So I just cut parchment paper the same size as my pizza pan, and then I'm going to take my silicone mat and I'm going to put it over top, and we're going to start rolling. Now I like to just put the paper on the edge here to get it started so it doesn't get away on me, and then I'll start to roll. So, oh, there it goes, it's getting away on me. And we're just going to roll it into a circle. Now I've rolled it out, I've sprayed avocado oil on there. This is a very thin crust and it's starting to shrink on me because there's elasticity in it. So I'm just going to take off the parchment paper. Now, if you use the whole dough, you'd have a bigger dough and thicker, but I just wanted to do 2 of them. So it's up to you what you would like to do. So I'm just going to put some stuff on it, and then we will bake it. I've got some pizza sauce that I'm just going to lay on top. And when I'm doing the recipe, I'm just going to calculate for the dough itself, not for all the ingredients I'm putting on the pizza. This is just so that you can do your own thing and have a nice pizza crust. A little bit more here. There we go. So I'm going to add on some of my mozzarella cheese. I like to put some on to start and then add my ingredients and then a little more cheese on top. Now my husband doesn't like black olives, he doesn't like peppers, so I'm just going to do half with the stuff I like, and then he's going to get the other half with what he likes. So I have bacon crumble. I love this stuff. It's the same stuff that they put on pizza, and you get it at the store, at the restaurant. We have a store called Rico in town, and they supply all this kind of stuff, and delicious. It's a really good bacon crumble. So I quite like that. I'll add a little bit more here. Okay, now we got some mushrooms. Oh, it's a big mushroom, but I'll break it up. I love mushrooms on my pizza. I'm going to put some olives on my side. And I like peppers, so I'm going to put some peppers on my side. I'm going to have lots of goodies on mine. And now we're going to add the pepperoni. So Keith will be having mushroom, pepperoni, bacon. Lots of goodies. And we're going to add some more cheese on top. Preheat the oven 400 and we'll put it in for, approximately 17 minutes. Add some more cheese. And there we go. We'll get this in the oven and we'll try out the pizza. So here are my pizzas. They turned out lovely. I cut them up. I let them cool down just a little bit and we're going to give it a try. So here we go. This is my side because I like the olives and the peppers, where Keith doesn't like that. That's a great crust. Now, I feel like I spilled some on me. I had it in for 15 minutes and I thought I better look at the bottom just to see. I didn't have very good pans to use. The Teflon or whatever's not on it anymore, and so they were starting to get dark. Can you see that? So what I did was I shut off the oven section and put it on the broil, and I just broiled the top to make sure everything was melted and cooked through. Very good. It's a bit of work, so I guess you have to decide whether or not you want to have a healthier crust to do that extra work, but it's very good. It didn't rise very much. I don't know if you can see there. And then when I rolled it out, that's the thickness I got, and I got 2 pizzas out of it. Or you could do 1 pizza and have a thicker crust, and it would fit the whole pan instead of the way I had done it. So anyway, if you'd like to go to lowcarrecipe.ideas.com, my blog, you will be able to see all the recipe there and try some of my others. You take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye now.